This is First Contact, Stories of the Call Center.
So, there's always that saying, right? You love what you do, you never work a day in your life. But look, being a contact center, call center agent is not easy.
Right.
It's a position in which you're constantly potentially talking to people that aren't happy, right? You're potentially in a position where you're actually not given a lot of ability to make a lot of decisions on your own. So you have a limited decision-making ability, but then you also have potentially a lot of people that aren't happy, which is a pretty stressful position, which in turn, among other things, there's a lot of high turnover. So what is it that you, outside of potentially making the environment fun, would you say that a contact center needs to do to be able to manage turnover? Is that just a reality and it kind of is what it is?
Yes and no. I mean, I think that there always is kind of the nature of people thinking that this is a job for college kids, right? A job that it's kind of my first job and I'll evolve into it. And that's okay. I think the biggest thing that most call centers do not do, and I'll go back to what I just kind of said a couple minutes ago, is define your culture and then hire off that culture, right? So many organizations are in call centers, they get a resume and they say, wow, this is a really good rep. They worked at 2 other contact centers. They've worked in the industry for 25 years. They must be probably an older rep, man, or maybe, I don't know, 25 years, it's a long time, but that might not fit what we're looking to do, right? They might not fit, the type of program, the type of client, the type of organization that we are. So, that's a huge piece of it. And the second thing is attendance is always an issue. So, one of the things that we're doing from an attitude standpoint that I think, and I wrote a big blog on this too, and I think it's super helpful. We've raised our attendance by about 33%, is we're paying our reps, right? So they get a base rate, and then we call it, they go on a streak. So every single week that they work 100% of their schedule, right, they make another $1, right? And then so we can get up to like $4 or $5 extra depending on your program. We're not doing any more work, right? Not having better stats or better occupancy, literally just showing up, just coming to work. And then that builds. So, an associate knows if I come to work at Expedia, I get a chance to make a lot of money relative to any other call center in the area, based on that. So we're trying, again, to incent the things that are important instead of just saying, hey, you get a base rate, and then if you have a couple sales, you're going to get this, right? To look more holistically at the associate and say a better associate is somebody that's here, right? Those things are going to take care of itself. How do we get that associate here? And then I think that helps a lot with your turnover. And when associates see that you're really trying to put the effort towards getting them more money or certain things like that, I think it does help. The other thing is your culture of fun. Like the call center is a difficult place. You should have a game. We have a game going on, or at least we did. When everybody was here, we're still working through some of that stuff. But when everybody was here, we had a game on every single team, right? Whether it was team versus team, individuals versus individuals, we were doing something with one of our games to try to make things as much fun as you possibly can. Because again, you can get beat up all day long sometimes, depending on the program you are. So to have some of those things in place, I think makes a big deal.
Definitely. And I mean, obviously, if you incent the right behaviors, then it drives those outcomes, and that kind of just self-manifests, which is great.